Captain Cut! You are locked into the Husker Army podcast with your hosts, Husker fanatic Brian Knutson, former Husker wide receiver Kenny Cheatham, and Husker recruiting guru Matt Sass. Fall in!
What's going on, everybody? Fall in, add attention. You are locked into another episode of the Husker Army podcast, brought to you for the first time under the Herd at Sports Network banner, and we are excited as hell. Also, the Real Husker Army fan page 2024 on Facebook. Go check those guys out. I am your host, Brian Knutson. With me, as always, former Husker wide receiver and multi-time national champ, Kenny Cheatham, and our recruiting guru, always on top of things when it comes to the recruits, Mr. Matt Sass, a.k.a. Herbie Husker. Gentlemen, here we are, first episode under the Herd at Sports banner. How's it feel? I mean, kind of surreal.
Yeah, it's been a long time in the making.
My God, I wasn't sure.
Yeah, it feels good, man. It feels good. It feels awesome. So, we'll do what we do, man, and do what we normally do. Talk Nebraska football.
Exactly That's right. That's what they told us. They said, you guys do what you do. Don't change anything so far. I mean, that's kind of what I wanted to hear. So, all right, what we're going to talk about really today is just kind of our expectations of the upcoming season, maybe reflect just a tad bit more on this past spring ball. And of course, Matt, you got a few new recruits that you think we need to pay attention to.
2 big commits this week. So then another one that, according to his own words about a month and a half ago, he was going to be deciding hopefully sometime this week after he gets back from Alabama.
Awesome. All right. We'll get to that here in just a bit. Before we get started, wanted to give a plug for a charity golf event coming up in October. It'll be Saturday, October 12th. Husker fans, that's the bye week. There's no excuses not to be somewhat involved in this. It is a great thing that we're doing here. This has been spearheaded by Ken from who hosts Gen Red. You guys all know him. Great guy. Let me get that off there so you can read the rest. But yes, it'll go to provide continuing aid to the victims of the tornadoes that happened across Nebraska and Iowa at the end of April. As you can see there, $500 per team. That's a 4-person team, so it's not horrible for the cost. And think again, it's for charity. It includes your 18 holes golf, a cart, and free practice range balls, plus other benefits to be announced soon. There are more things coming, that is for sure. Ken assured me of that. So more details on that as well. As you can see, you can sponsor holes as well if you're a business, know anybody that would like to sponsor. It's an amazing thing to hop in on. It's a first annual. We're hoping to do this next year, the year after, and maybe this picks up steam and becomes just an ongoing thing every single year. Great idea from Ken from Gen Red. Be in Woodland Hills there, golf course in Eagle, Nebraska. I've never been. I've talked to a few that have. That's what I keep hearing. So it's bound to be a great day, bound to be just a hell of a lot of fun. All the podcasts are getting together. We might have some former players, some maybe current players getting involved, maybe even some coaches. We don't know yet. There has been some reaching out for it. So, I've talked to Ramir about it. I've talked to Emmett Johnson about it. And let's just say Ramir's going to be running this by Coach Rule. He sounds pretty excited about it. So this could be a huge event, guys, and an amazing thing to be doing for the communities of Nebraska and Iowa that were just devastated by that storm that tore through there. So great idea by Ken, and can't wait for it. So be a great time. All right, guys. I guess let's talk about it, man. Expectations for this upcoming season. Look, last season ended on a downer, but there were positives to take away from everything. And there were obviously the what ifs. What if we had, 1 or 2 less turnovers here? What if a defender could have made a play a little second sooner there? It was
better quarterback play.
I didn't want to bring it up, but I figured somebody would.
Come on, man. It's the truth hurts, but it's what it is.
It is the truth. It is the truth. Yes. So, yeah, and watching spring ball, I mean, it gave us some hope. Harburg had improved tremendously in my eyes. Kalen looked great. Raiola looked great. The backfield looked great. I mean, but this is me. I mean, Kenny, Matt, you guys know me. Kool-Aid drinker, start, finish. I don't stop all year long. So, I mean, to me, these things, but it just seemed like everybody was talking about the same things. So there in turn, there's got to be improvement there. And I'm not just the only one seeing it. So, Matt, let's go with you first. Let's go expectations of 2024. Let's start with what you'd like to see the record at. Expectation versus reality.
Yeah, I'm not changing my tone. I said 9 wins. So just flat simple. I think our defense it's still probably top 20 in the country. Just got to get the offense going. But I mean, some of those games are toss up in my opinion, but I mean, injuries go the right way and stuff like that. So I'm sticking with it. I'm not changing my mind. 9 wins is what I got.
Man, I like it. So bowl bound, easy.
Yep.
Matt, are we bowl bound after 6 games?
Yeah, probably. I don't know. I mean, our schedule is. I mean,
it's favorable.
It's manageable. It's what I like. I hate using the word favorable because nobody knows what these teams are going to do until the season starts. So it's measurable. But
right.
Okay.
Just from what I see, I mean, projections right now, I have 9.
Okay. All right. Kenny, always the realist, always giving it to us like it is. You don't usually like to speculate. You usually don't like to look too far forward. But there's got to be one of the few times I got to put you on the spot. After everything we talked about for spring ball and how we had talked about how the offense had looked improved, more focused. Defense may have even looked a little bit faster. What could be your expectations, reality versus hope?
Well, expectation-wise, okay. My expectation has always been contention for a national championship. That's just honest.
Yeah, will not lose.
Expectation.
I lost Kenny for a second. Hold on.
Wow. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we got you. You just
okay.
You blipped out for a second. You're good.
Who knows why? That's crazy. But my expectations are always national championship. That's coming from the old school and believing in Nebraska football. But to bring it down to reality, I'm hoping for 7 wins at least. That will be a major improvement based on where we've been the last couple of years. As Matt said, he's saying 9. That would be even better. I think that would fill up a lot of hearts.
If we're recruiting, though, that would be like unreal.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. So teams will be able to see, or kids will be able to see the improvement with just that over a couple of years. But in reality, I think maybe 6, 5 to 6. But then, like we said, like Matt said, like we all know, once you get between the lines, it's a different game.
Yep.
There's the battle of attrition. There's oohs and nah plays. There's turnovers. There's what ifs. So I would say 6 or 7. I'm hoping for 9. But we'll just have to see, man. But, my expectations are always going to be national championship. I know a lot of people don't like to hear that, especially when they hear a lot of the older players talk. But that's the expectation we have. That's what we want. That's what we want to see. Or be in contention to play for national champ. Even if you are at the end, somehow blow it and you end up losing 2 and 3, maybe, let's say like old Nebraska did, even under Coach Osborne. But you knew that the expectation at the beginning of the season was to be playing for a national championship. And I think once we get back to that mentality as a fan base as well, our expectations will be higher, because I think and I'll say we, because I'll include myself in there because I'm a fan and former player, but I think we've lowered our expectations a lot. And I think what happens, and you guys can attest to this, is when, and I've said it before, once they hear myself, like someone like myself, some other former players, we're like, no, that's not good enough. They're like, oh my God, you guys are not supportive. No, we have an expectation. Michigan has an expectation, and they just won one. I'm not even gonna count the one in '97 because they gave them a gift, but they hadn't won one up until then in like what 50 years.
Yep.
Ohio State won the one a couple years ago, but up until then it was what, how many years? But there's an expectation.
Yeah.
Even Alabama before Coach Saban brought them back, there's an expectation. You know what I mean? Certain programs have an expectation.
That's right.
That's how Georgia is right now.
Yeah.
Yep. There you go. Another prime example. I mean,
and they've had it, and they didn't win one since Herschel Walker prior to that. But they had an expectation. But we are a blue blood program. Why shouldn't that be our expectation?
Yeah, we earned it.
Yeah, and like you said, Kenny, about Alabama. I mean, before Saban got there, I mean, they had Bear Bryant back in the day, a legendary college coach. I knew about him as a little kid. But here's the thing. Growing up watching college football, which I did adamantly, and anytime it was on, it didn't matter who it was.
Right.
I didn't see a whole lot of Bama playing in the 90s on TV.
Right.
You would tell a story about Alabama, actually.
You would catch them on the SEC, ESPN late game.
Yeah. I'm just saying, it's the same thing. And there's a lot of generation right now that doesn't know really who Nebraska was for the longest time because of how down we have been.
Yeah. 40-some years.
Hurts. It hurts. So I understand how Bama fans probably felt before Saban got there.
Yep.
All right. Now I guess I'll give you my expectations versus reality. You guys know damn well what my expectation always is.
Yeah, well, of course. Unrealistic.
It's a given.
You think it's national championship.
There ain't no reason they can't compete. Ain't no reason they can't compete.
I agree.
Now, realistically, I'm giving us at the most 3 losses. That's the most. And I'm saying one of those is going to be a slip-up game. We always seem to have one. Doesn't matter who it is. Can't tell you who it's going to be either. But it's going to be one where we're probably riding off a high for a game or two, and they're going to get us. They're going to bite us right in the ass.
I don't know if Rule will let that happen.
I'm just saying, it always seems to happen.
So, under different coaches.
It's only his second year, so if he lets it happen just one time this season, I'm okay.
Bo was the one that always let that happen.
Oh, man. Well, can't imagine why. He had those guys terrified.
Yeah, but I mean, Rule, he just doesn't take me as a coach that's going to let them just like, oh, well, this is a walk-in game. We're going to walk in, beat them, and leave type coach. So I don't know. We'll see. I mean, this is the year where he always gets better.
It is. It is. I love it. Kenny's got a big ass smile on his face for that. He knew what the hell you both knew what the hell I was going to say. So,
yeah, man. Hey, you got to believe it, brother.
I mean, look at the opening credits. I'm the guy chugging the Kool-Aid. Come on. I mean, geez.
Yeah, man.
God. So, I have us just missing the Big Ten title game. Just barely.
Okay.
So.
Okay.
I like it. I could see us being there, though.
This is getting good.
I can see us being there. But I mean, it's gonna take exceptional football and 0 injuries all year.
Hey, and then after the Big Ten title game, all we got to do is be at that 12th spot, guys. That's it.
But the question with that being at the 12th spot, do we have the horses to go the long haul?
That injuries will be the question.
Yes, and the transfer wide receivers and
yeah.
I mean. Because you already know our defensive line is going to be one of the best in the Big Ten. But our secondary, I mean, that's my fear right now.
And they did take a minor blow there, losing
Bly Hill.
Oh. Yep.
Yeah, but he's a kid, man. They're saying that there's a chance he'll be back by September.
Which one did they lose?
Bly Hill.
Yeah.
He's projected to be the starting cornerback next to oh God. Tommy Hill. Sorry.
Tommy Hill?
Tommy Hill's on one side and Bly Hill was projected to be the next one.
Yeah. It was
Now,
supposed to
Sly
be
Hill. Now, you guys know I don't keep up with any of the
Yeah,
people
you're
coming
good.
in. Is he a new guy or is he a
Yeah,
transfer
he's a
in?
transfer.
Okay.
So,
Okay. Because the name didn't sound familiar. You know, you normally see the other guys on the special teams and stuff like that. So
yep.
the name
I
doesn't
got you.
ring familiar. Now, where did he transfer in from?
Oh God, if I'm not mistaken, it was a community or like a JUCO almost.
Oh, okay. Okay. So one of the
I could be
JUCO.
wrong. I mean, I don't have the info in front of me right now, and we just got a lot of players last year. So,
Okay. Okay. Yeah. You know, you guys know I don't pay attention to that because I want to see it. I want to see it. Now, I did finally look at the spring game a little bit for about 20 minutes the other day. Had all I can take because they're not really out there hitting quarterbacks and stuff.
yeah,
You know, I have a problem. You know, I have a problem with that. So I was like, oh, okay, Raiola looked good tossing the ball. Harburg looked a lot better. So
I wanted to see how he would do against the starting defensive line.
Yeah.
So,
yeah,
I mean, let's think about this too, guys. I mean, granted, it wasn't the starting defensive line, but there were starters that will start on that defensive line in there at times, and that offensive line really held. They gave me hope. I mean, finally, we could have some competent offensive line play after not seeing it for maybe 5 years or more.
Well, there's a key, and you guys know you play football. You know the game. You watch the game. There's a key that can help the offensive line. If you have consistent quarterback play, it takes the pressure off the offensive line. And in the last couple of years, we haven't had consistent quarterback play.
Yeah.
No.
We've been turnover machines. So, I mean, if the quarterbacks are, they all intertwine. Pretty is what I'm saying. But if the quarterback isn't fumbling, if the quarterback steps up in that pocket and makes that throw, if the quarterback gets the ball to the running back in the proper position, et cetera, and the lineman, it's those two positions out of all are the most intertwined as far as how the offense can flow. But when you're fumbling, when you're throwing interceptions and all of these things, it's easy to blame, oh, this lineman didn't touch that defensive lineman or get that linebacker on the blitz. You know, it's easy to point at them. But and then if they can get moving and we can get the ball going as far as running it, confidence will go through the roof. But they looked better last year than they had in a couple of years.
Yes. That to me gave me hope because, as a matter of fact, all three of us last season recording, we touched on that as the season progressed. That O-line just seemed to get better and better each week, and it was just so much fun to watch them finally create pockets, create holes. They looked like they were finally starting to gel toward the end of that season, and maybe a couple more games, they may not have allowed any pressure in on whoever was at quarterback at the time.
Right.
But you're absolutely right, Kenny. They are positions that complement each other. If you've got a quarterback that can read his pocket, know where to step up, know where to step out, know when to roll, that helps an offensive line tremendously. At the same time, that offensive line's got to create that stuff for the quarterback. Quarterback's still got to be smart enough to see it. So, yeah, both sides, they've got to complement each other. And like every coach always says, though, a football team is a bunch of working parts that have to work the same way together.
Yeah.
There's just a bunch of different parts that have to fit and work in unison.
Well, I mean, it's also, I mean, the right kind of plays help. I mean, our offensive line is probably better at run blocking than pass blocking. Just saying. I mean, and now Rule, that's what he wants to do. He wants to run the ball. So, I mean, it steps up the offensive line when that's what their strength is.
Yeah. And running backs, I'm truly not too worried about. That's a deep room right now. I mean, we talked to Ramir, we talked to Emmett. I would love to talk to Gabe Irvin Jr., but I mean, plus the transfer from Oregon. I mean, we are stacked there. So, I mean, even God forbid, barring any injuries to one or two starters, we'll be all right there. Same at quarterback. Wide receiver, I think we're doing all right at. We're pretty deep there. I didn't even realize that Garcia Castaneda was still here until I watched the newest episode of Chasing 3.
Yeah, he came back for another year.
Mm-hmm.
Did he get injured last year?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. That'd be why.
Well,
Okay.
I think it was the first game.
I think so too. Wasn't it with Washington?
Yeah, it was one of them. He got hurt.
Yeah. I think we lost two guys that very first game.
Yeah.
Two major wide receivers. I mean, God, if that didn't set the tone for all last season, I don't know what did.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, all right. So I guess there's our expectations as far as we're looking for next season and everything. I mean, spring ball, Kenny, you said you finally went back and looked at the spring game. You were somewhat impressed there. I mean, yeah. We talked about it on the spring game episode. The improvement was there, and it wasn't just us that saw it. The fans were seeing it. Other podcasts saw it. So no surprise there. And you said it yourself, Matt. You look at Rule's resume, big jump from year 1 to 2.
Yeah, he's a culture coach. Like, he has to get everybody on board, and just it's what he's known for. I mean, he did that Temple, Baylor. It's what he's going to do.
Yeah. I mean, and finally, I think we can put to rest, him not making it in the pros as a coach. Who cares?
It's the pros.
It's a totally different
failed
monster.
as a pro coach too.
Thank you.
So
did Spurrier.
And Saban's, I mean, he's considered one of the greatest college football coaches of all time.
And he forever will be remembered as that.
Yeah, it's just some people work better with pros than with kids. It's just what it is. I don't knock him for Carolina. He didn't have a quarterback.
Well, yeah.
You can't just go out and be like, oh, well, I want this guy. I mean, it just doesn't work that way. So I don't knock him for failing in the NFL.
No, you can't. At this point, you can't. You got to let it go. I mean, we have. And I don't even see Carolina fans giving us any shit on Twitter anymore about Rule being our coach. I mean, I couldn't even believe that they hopped in on that. And then their team, how many games they win last year?
Yeah, the same. I mean,
okay.
They traded up to get the first pick in the draft for their new head coach. And he didn't play that great. We'll just say that.
Didn't they fire that coach?
I have no idea, to be honest. So I don't follow anything Carolina. So
I thought they hired that guy and then fired him during the season.
Oh, I have no idea.
Wouldn't doubt it.
So
that's crazy. Crazy.
I love it. So
yeah,
I mean,
I just think going back to him real quick before you transition, Brian.
Yeah, no, go ahead. Go ahead.
I just think what happens a lot of times with these coaches, and in case of Coach Rule, is that for me personally, because I'm one of those guys, I'm like, sometimes your ego is bigger than what you think. And I don't know if they can say it's about coaching, but I know it's about economics. He left Baylor to go to the NFL. Some guys are more college coaches than NFL coaches, but their ego and that money talks. It leads them to these positions. Case in point, me personally, when I hear like these college coaches who are hot and NFL and NBA teams are growing to them, I'm like, you're pretty stupid to leave that to go to that, where you're going to be on the hot seat even more. I'll say like the Lakers looking at Bob Hurley. Why would you leave UConn and you have something going when you can be set in stone for more years to come than go to the Lakers and be on the hot seat? When Matt Rule left for Baylor to go to Carolina, I was like, that's dumb. You're building something at Baylor. Why would you go to Carolina to go to the NFL where expectations, you always want expectations to be high, but is this an ego thing? It's a money thing. You got to look at numbers. So when people see that and fans of Carolina see that, and then they see him do that and they're failing, but you're supposed to be this hotness, and then all of a sudden you get cut and you leave and then you get a job right back. Of course they're going to be like that. It's going to be like that with like, well, he's got a great, you know what I mean? So I doing it. It's always going to be doing that. My thing has always been with either coach. I don't care who it is. I don't trust him until I see results.
That's
Scott
true.
was my teammate. Scott Frost was my teammate, but I was like, that was, the money, you kind of
Kenny, you freezing. Kenny, you freezing. Kenny froze.
Oh, sorry. I don't know what's going on until they start winning. It's to me, I call them all car salesmen. I have to see it. I have to see it.
I agree.
It sounds good because I can get up there in the press conference and tell you everything you want to hear and hit every bullet point that you need to. When you're doing interviews, they bring it home. I can do that. They can get up there and say, "Oh yeah," because no place like this, no place. Hell, case in point. Let's look at. Did Trev Alford sound like he was an A&M man at that press conference? Everything was said that they wanted to hear. You get what I'm saying? So that's just my point. I just hope he does well. I want to see him do well. Of course we do, but I want to see it. Don't tell me about it. Show me. Show me.
Agreed.
And we do always tell you about it. That's the thing. So, I mean, whether you end up wanting to hear about it or not, we just end up telling you. So it's a great part that we can kind of help keep you somewhat informed, even if you're not wanting to be. So I wanted to quickly talk about the newest episode of Chasing 3. Matt, I don't know if you watched it yet.
Oh, I watched it.
Kenny,
I haven't missed it.
I'm not sure if you have yet, Kenny, but my God,
What
they
is
did a
it?
great.
It's just a little documentary series that like a bunch of college kids put on for the football team. There's 3 episodes so far this season. Last season's episodes were phenomenal. They were so good, but they haven't even. I mean, they haven't even got to the spring game yet.
Okay, yeah. Send me the link. Send me the link on. I've never heard of it.
Yeah, it's on YouTube. It's just called Chasing 3, and it's awesome. It's awesome.
And it's all Nebraska, or is it a variety of schools?
No, it's just Nebraska. This is like Nebraska college kids that started this, that are students there. So it's really good.
And the production value and everything's great.
Yep.
You get to see some great stuff behind the scenes in the locker room. You get to see the unveiling of that huge new indoor screen they just put in. That's what is it, Matt? 100 yards long or whatever? It's just the length of a football field or something.
Wait.
Oh, dude.
Well, the new facilities.
They have a what?
Outdoor practice fields. They show that. So
Kenny, they have got a whole new thing that they're going to use for like game films and things like that. They have a brand new huge screen that is huge. It's like the length of a football field inside.
And where is this at?
It's in part of the new facility, part of the practice facilities, Matt.
I have no idea what you're talking about right now, to be honest.
It's this huge new screen that they just put in. It was a huge. I even tweeted out about it on our account. I think it was a month or two ago.
Right. I've seen the locker room and then the new practice fields, because they have three. They have 3 outdoor practice fields now, and they are phenomenal.
Well, this is the thing that the Bussin' with the Boys did their last podcast here in Nebraska during the spring game at. They were in that room, and they just hadn't unveiled it yet.
Oh, okay. This is news. I said, I don't miss anything.
Yeah, you got to check it out. You got to check it out. Oh my God!
Let me get this correct, because now my blood's boiling. These dudes have gotten way more things than I can imagine. And let me say this, and let me be very clear. If we are horrible, and now I'm going to change my tone.
Yep.
If we win less than 10 games, I'm tearing each and every one of them up.
Yeah, you haven't seen the new facilities yet.
I don't want to see it.
So,
oh God!
Because for years we made excuses that it was facilities that was keeping us back from getting kids. These are things listen, everyone watching, whatever. I don't miss anything on the internet that you tweet, post, like. I see it. When I see the excuses, I see it. If I see this and it's that crazy, they better win 10 plus games. Otherwise, it's a failure. Because I've heard people say, "Oh, we don't have this. This is for recruiting." That other facility wasn't that old, man.
No.
Yeah, well,
That wasn't that old. And now they got something totally new.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
That's
Wait till
crazy.
you see this. Wait till you see
That's
that
crazy.
screen, Kenny.
That's
so
crazy.
I like the new practice fields just because they can run 3 different practices at the same time, and that's what they've been doing.
Yeah.
So it's more reps.
He's utilized it.
Yeah, it's phenomenal.
So wait a minute. So they're running 3. Why do they need so much? And we ran 3 practices on grass.
Yeah,
When we were there, we ran three practices on grass.
Okay.
No one's going 100 yards on grass, but they're
only 50-yard fields. So
Yeah.
we ran 3 practices, 3 to 4
Gotcha.
practices at Nebraska in the 90s on the grass and on the turf. So I'm not understanding why they need all of this to do it to get reps when we all got reps at the same time. So now they have this. So it's just, for me, it's building no more excuses. No more excuses. You should be coming in ready to play. I'm just saying. Carry on. I'm here. I'm
I
listening.
agree with you 100%.
This has been our new segment brought to you by Confusion from Kenny.
That's great. Absolutely insane.
Ugh.
I love it. He's absolutely right, though. You guys did a lot more with a lot less. So, I mean, yeah, I agree. They're given all these things to help succeed, help them get over that hump. They need to get over that hump. There's no excuses. Damn. Yeah, Kenny, I'll find that tweet when we're done recording. I'll send it to you. It gives you a link to look at all of it. Matt, I'll send it to you too. I can't believe you guys missed that. Yeah, it was after the spring game.
I have no idea how I missed that.
Man,
not joking. I don't miss almost anything.
yeah, this thing's humongous.
I mean, we offered a lot of kids this week. A lot of kids this week from the Matt Rule football camp, and I don't think I've missed even one. I'm a dork, man. I absolutely love it.
Yeah, Rule even said with this new screen that they got, the way that they can go over game film is actually have guys standing in front of it, and it's life-size replays.
Okay.
So
what
they can
happened
figure.
So we watch stuff on the big back TV. These guys need all of that. They're screwing up.
You guys had a projection screen and a reel.
We used to literally sit there with the red beam and the VHS that had instant rewind, tick, tick, and go back. And these guys got a life-size screen and see them screwing up. That's amazing.
Yeah. They'll get to see it in real size.
So now they can't say it wasn't me, coach. I didn't hold. Yeah, you did.
I ain't running laps.
No. I didn't do it. See, I was down before I fumbled. No, you weren't. No.
No, bro. You right there. Amazing.
All right. So, Matt, I know you're kind of on a time crunch, so we'll go ahead and get ready to wind it down. We've got a few recruits you wanted to talk about. So, let's go ahead, man. Who was the first one on the list you wanted?
So, I mean, obviously, the commitment of Jamarion Parker. I mean, he is a stud running back. And we finally broke back into St. Louis. We've been trying to do that for a very long time. And I think that kid he's good. He's really good. So that was a big pickup. We beat Alabama for him.
That's huge.
So, yeah, he's a stud for a high school kid, of course.
Hey, that's fine. That's all we need.
Then, Pierce Newberry, linebacker from Millard North. He's your normal, typical Nebraska high school kid, just hardworking. I mean, this kid's tough. He's tough.
Gonna be like a Henrich type.
You know,
Is that,
more like
is that Brandon's boy?
I believe so.
Oh, okay.
His dad played for Nebraska, so
Brandon. Yeah,
I
my
mean,
team.
you just those
Nice.
Nebraska football players, man. They work their ass off. I mean, just hard workers.
You're
And
comparing him to a Gifford type, huh?
well, I mean, the work wise.
Okay. Oh,
I mean,
man,
he doesn't play
enough.
like Gifford. I mean, he's
So
bigger
what?
than
The
Gifford.
work ethic. If that's
Yeah,
like Gifford's, that's enough.
that's what Nebraska's known for, man. We're blue collar.
Yeah.
So come on, I work construction. I work my butt off. And
I
then
was
the
a
last
welder
one
for
is
16 years. I got you.
yeah. I mean, the last one's Dawson Merritt. He's not committed to us yet, but again, according to his own words, he was going to take a trip to Alabama and then kind of just go over everything. And he said probably sometime this week. So I like our chances with that one.
That would be absolutely huge if he commits to us after making the trip to Bama.
Yeah, and yeah, I mean he's a linebacker. He's a stud, but I mean he's got offers from everyone. I get it, but the fact that he's down to us and Bama, and he's good. He's really good.
Bama's not Bama anymore, though, fellas.
Not without Nick Saban, but I mean DeBoer is a good coach. But
it's true.
Now let's see it in the set.
It's weird to not see Saban. Yeah,
I'm fine with it.
You know, he had a stronghold on it. He had a stronghold on recruiting in the kids, man.
Oh yeah. It's just going to be weird to see Bama out there without Saban. I know I'm talking about Bama on a Husker podcast, but I think everybody across college football world who watches or even knows college football is saying the same thing.
Yeah, but I mean, it's still. I mean, like when Urban Meyer left Florida. I mean, they had a stranglehold on college football. And I mean, the second he left, I was like, "Oh, good, somebody else can win it now."
Yeah.
And then Saban took over, and now, we just went right back to dynasties. Of course.
Speaking of dynasties, gentlemen, we're about a month or so away from the release of NCAA 25. Who's in?
Already pre-ordered it.
I love it, Kenny.
I'll have to order it. I haven't played it in a while. I'll find you.
Yeah, they haven't made one in 10 years.
Yep.
I'll whip out the PlayStation. What is it? 5?
There you go. No, 4.
Yeah. No 4. It's only
3.
on. It's
3.
What?
3 is the last one that PlayStation had.
Yeah,
right?
that's the last one.
No.
Games are only on the next gen consoles.
Oh yeah.
What's the newest PlayStation that's out?
5.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I'll whip out whatever it is. I have like 2 of them. I've never opened. I've had for like 2 years just sitting in the box. Yeah.
All I know is Nebraska needs another national championship, and I promise you, I will get them there.
Beautiful. That's what I'll do. I mean, seriously, it's so easy.
Yep.
So you guys have patience to do that. I don't. To play career mode.
Oh yeah.
No way, man. At one time, my brother was ranked like a top 50 player in the country.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
A lot of free time on his hands. A lot of free time.
I love it. Yeah. So yeah, we get that, guys. We're gonna have to play against each other online. That's for sure. Maybe even play against some other podcasts. Might have to do that as well. Have a podcast tournament or something. Shit, I don't know.
Cool. I want the Uber driver.
Dude, I'll tell you, that guy has got one hell of a football mind.
The Uber driver.
Yeah, that's his name on Twitter.
The University of Nebraska Uber driver.
Yeah.
He's a big dude.
He just actually tore a pec muscle too, I think.
Yeah, he's a good guy though.
Yeah, he's a really good dude. Really nice guy. You'd see him though, and you'd be like, I'm not so sure I want to walk down a dark alley and meet him.
Yeah, rather not.
But he's such a nice dude. That's the thing.
Yep.
It's hilarious.
All right, guys. Well, man, we could go ahead and cut this one a little short. Normally we go about an hour, but we got about 35, 40 minutes. I think maybe we gave the editing team for Herdat enough to work with for our very first one to send them. Maybe not overwhelm them as much as I always feel when I do it. It's going to be so nice to not have to do that anymore.
Oh, yeah.
It's been a blessing to be able to just really sit here and actually listen to everything that's being said instead of having to look off to my side here on the screen to see what I'm going to put up next or hit on a clip I put in that maybe you guys talked about that nails that. Yeah, this was so much easier and nicer. I'm going to
save you some free time.
Oh my God. I don't have to edit anything before I go to work at night now. It's great. Now all I got to do is send it to them. They can take care of it for me. They probably have a better vision on certain things than I do anyway. It's what they do. So I like it.
Sweet. I'm in.
They've been great. I got to thank Brooke, Cam, Sasha, Brock, who is one of our new producers as well. They have all been great. Thank you guys so much. Communication's been on point. You haven't left us out of the dark on anything, and hopefully we're getting everything to you the way you need it, the way you want it. And we got some merch coming soon too, guys.
Awesome.
So we'll have some t-shirts, some stainless steel tumblers, trucker hat,
I
dad
want one
hat.
of those immediately.
Yep, trucker hat, dad hat, and beanies. That'll be
and
the
a
5
trucker
choices.
hat, of course.
There you go. That'll be the 5 choices from the jump. I don't know if they'll really be for sale or anything right off the bat, but I think it's something they're going to make for us to have on the show, so we finally have something to wear and show our pride for the podcast.
Awesome.
Can't wait. Yeah, so Herdat, you guys have been awesome. Thank you guys so much. Cam, thank you for all the guidance and helping with integrating everything over to you guys. It was seamless. It wasn't that hard at all. And can't wait to see what you guys do with this. So, guys, how did it feel? I mean, pretty simple, right?
Yep.
It's what we do.
Pretty painless, pretty easy to do. And now it's just absolutely painless on my end as well. I can't thank them enough.
Yeah.
All right. All right, guys. I think we covered it for now. We'll go ahead and shut her down. Matt, you got to get out to the farm. Kenny, I want you to get on with your beautiful Sunday. I'm sure it's beautiful over in the AZ.
Hot. It's toasty.
Oh, is it hot there already?
109, baby.
Oh my God. No way. I'm out.
Yeah.
Oh.
So, hey, before we're done though, I will give a shout out to Emma Johnson for his clothing line. I mean, he did me right here.
Yep. E-money.
So, yeah.
I like it.
Good stuff.
I like it. I've still got to order myself one. I've still got to order myself one, and Matt was kind enough to get the blue so I could get the red. So
yeah, I did you a favor. I told you I was going to get the red, but
you royally did me a favor because
my wardrobe is all red.
Yep, so I can't wear blue.
Yeah, I thought I needed a little bit of color.
All right, guys, we'll go ahead and shut her down for our first episode under the Herdat banner. So, for myself, Brian Knutson, former Husker wide receiver Kenny Cheatham, and of course, our recruiting guru, Matt Sass. Guys, you know where to find us, all on YouTube. There'll be a link on the herdat.com, I believe, once we get everything rolling. So it'll be even easier to find. So, Husker Army, you know what to do. At ease, you are all dismissed.
A Herdat Sports Network production.